What's up, weebs? Welcome back to Anime Lane. As always, I'm Notorious. Joining me once again today is Shaun.
That's me.
And Melina.
What?
No. Really? You're sat on the floor and you're gonna do that.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
We're sitting on the floor.
So,
I could do better high fives from here.
oh my god.
Reach.
Fair warning, this
It's
episode could sound a little fucked up. I
Oh,
don't know. I'm currently holding my microphone
Don't move
in
it
its
so
shock
much.
mount.
Yeah.
And Melina and Shaun are currently sat on the floor with their mics angled as best as I can in front of them.
I have my legs crossed like a kid.
Yeah, we're just sitting crisscross
Yeah.
applesauce.
And yeah, so because today, you'll probably have seen this by the title, my mic is really far away and that's clear, which is concerning. We are gonna try and play Yu-Gi-Oh! Which means I'm gonna have to pull out my best narration skills for this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because not only do I need to teach them how to play,
We
I
have no
need to
clue.
describe what the fuck is happening.
Actually clueless.
So yeah, neither of these guys have played Yu-Gi-Oh! Before. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a big part of my childhood, and I recently found some cards and was having a conversation with someone at work and decided, fuck it, I'm getting back into it. So, just for the sake of clarity, for anyone who's clicked on this and is a big Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan or still plays the card game,
We're sorry, first off.
we are not playing on the current rule set, which is version 10 of the official rulebook. If you are familiar with the game, we are going to be running from version 6. So I'm just going to read from version 10 what we aren't going to include, so you guys just don't need to worry about this. We're not going to have Link monsters, Pendulum monsters, XYZ monsters, Synchro monsters, Fusion monsters. Nope, sorry, Fusion monsters are going to be here. I don't know why they've ordered it like this. Link, Pendulum, XYZ, Synchro monsters aren't going to be here, because
Oh, but those are my favorite.
Yeah,
I'm
hold
not
on.
familiar with them.
XYZ, we don't get to play Gen 6?
I only had some small amount of interest, some small amount of experience with Synchro, and it was kind of what put me off the game a little bit.
Oh, okay, so let's just not go
Because
there.
after the original and GX era, where they added in Synchros and stuff like that, I found the game got a little too complicated. So we're just going to stick with basics here, the fundamentals, the building blocks of the game. So in front of Shaun and Melina right now are two playmats, two brand spanking new playmats, because I couldn't find my original ones. And I also don't have my dual discs anymore, which sucks. That would have been funny to see you guys wearing them.
Oh, are those the rest of the...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Aw.
I had like 2 or 3 of them.
If anyone wishes to donate, we will live stream.
Do not.
No,
Those are worth
please.
a fortune.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, it's not. These aren't the best playmats. I will be honest, because half of the play spaces are obscured by the artwork.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
So in front of them are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Oh,
There's also one that-
there's one here too?
Yeah. So you can ignore these 2 in the middle
Okay.
that join at the middle of the map, because those are from the most recent version of the game, and these are for Link monster spaces.
We
So
don't do that.
Yeah.
don't need to worry about
We
that.
don't do
So
that here.
if you want to pull your mats closer, you can, because they don't need to be joined.
Cool.
So now I'm going to let you guys choose. I have 2 decks that you can play with that I am familiar enough with that I can kind of coach you guys through playing. I have a combination of Blue Eyes, a combination of Dragon and Magician deck, and an Elemental Hero deck, which is a bit more of a themed deck. So
Did you just say what I think you just said?
I think I did.
I don't want that.
So yeah, I will let you guys choose. Do you want classic Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon, or do you want Elemental Heroes?
What are you feeling?
I guess out of the 2 of us, I'm slightly more familiar. I'll take a classic.
You'll take a classic. Okay, so
I'll
you're
take
going.
a classic for 500 points.
Yeah, Alex.
Let me just try and figure out which
What
deck is
is
which.
Yu-Gi-Oh? This game played by Kit? No, people.
You know,
I don't know.
I gotta say
we
that
were
was a
kids.
that was a pretty good announcer voice you just did right there.
What?
So
What is?
this is Shaun's deck. So you can take that and then take the top purple card off.
Like,
No, don't take it out of the thing. Take it off of the deck. Right. Okay.
Okay.
So place. Oh, what you want to do? In fact, I can't do this. Normally, I would. I would shuffle the deck.
oh,
Not that card. Take that card off.
Take the-
So this is your fusion monster. It's,
I caught it.
Thank you. This is typically part of a separate deck.
Okay.
It's part of your main deck, but it's a separate deck that's only used for when you fusion summon specific monsters. There's only one in this deck, but Melina's is going to have multiple.
no.
That's not an advantage, it's just that's the type of deck that is.
Okay.
So her deck operates a little differently from you. That's how this game works, is you
Okay,
can build any deck you want. So
Stay calm, Melina. I see you're already getting overwhelmed.
I'm getting hung up on the word deck.
this is a common word within the game. We're just going to have to roll with it.
This is what we have to deal with. We
Yeah.
have to deal with her being immature.
So-
No, continue. Build your own
yes.
deck.
Magician deck.
So if you wanna, you can fan through it, and you'll see that it's made up of 3 different types of cards. So you got your monster cards there at the
I
front,
see.
and then you got your blue cards, which are spell cards, and if you go very far
Very
further to the
purple
end, you got
cards.
your purple pink cards that are your trap cards. Monster cards are split up into 2 different types. You've got effect and normal monsters. That first card at the front there is an effect monster, and then that's just a normal monster. You can see the difference in the color.
Yes,
if
I
you want to
can.
show Melina them a little bit, you can do.
These are the monster cards with the different
So
colors.
effect monster,
Yeah.
and then your normal monster, and then
Okay.
you've got your spell cards,
Spells.
and then you've got your. Trap
I'm not the
cards.
best at
Okay,
holding
I
cards,
know
as you
that's
can
fine.
see.
Yeah,
You'll get to see it obviously closer
Yeah,
when
yeah,
you get
yeah.
your deck. So now obviously I've built that in a way where all of them are arranged in their different card types, so I can illustrate this. But you want to shuffle it so that you don't know what card you're gonna pick. You're gonna pick a selection of them.
I'm terrible at shuffling cards.
Do you want to hold my microphone and I'll shuffle?
Yes, thank
You're-
you so
you're gonna
much.
have to shuffle
Thank
mine
you so
as
much,
well.
That's
sir.
fine.
Just hold it not by the cable, Shaun.
I never hold
Just
it.
hold it by the shock mount.
I
It's
got
fine.
it. I got it.
So I'm not actually used to doing this with card sleeves. I bought these because I didn't want any of my older cards getting rattier than they already are.
Hey, that makes sense.
Um,
I'll be honest,
but
the
it makes
card
them
sleeves
very
threw me the fuck
slippy.
off when you
Yeah.
showed them to me. I was like, why are they black?
Yeah. So this deck is black.
I mean,
The-
I know I can't just ask why cards are black, but
Oh my god, Karen, you can't
and
just...
Melina's is going to be purple.
Ooh!
I should have chosen that.
You
deck.
can tell which deck's my favorite if you know me.
Actually, no, I don't. I like the emo cards.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do a
Goth Queen.
God, Queen of the Night.
Of the darkness.
This
Yeah.
is
You
what
can
I'm
do it.
never good at.
Should get one of those shuffle machines.
Oh yeah.
See, it's the sleeves that fuck me
Yeah.
up here.
My method is just kind of spreading them all out on a table, whooshing them around for a second,
I get
and
that.
then grabbing
Yeah,
a
we used to
piece
do
by
that a
piece.
little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
I used to do that as a kid.
I'm just
yeah,
gonna
my
quickly-
grandmother decided to teach all her grandchildren how to shuffle cards, except for me.
Wow.
I think she just forgot.
No. You weren't her favorite.
Yeah, no, both my siblings are like, I was like, she never taught you? I'm like, I played so many card games with her, and she never did.
She just assumed you already knew.
Maybe,
You were her favorite.
maybe deep down, I am her favorite.
I do apologise, this is taking a while, but
No,
because
it's
this
fine.
is a fresh shuffle,
Yeah,
every
that's
shuffle I
fine.
find is real bad. Okay, so I have now shuffled Shaun's deck.
Thank you.
Your deck goes in this space here, face
Okay.
down.
I don't know.
And then your fusion deck just sort of sits. You know what? Just use this.
Very
space
very
off
liberal
to the
with the word
side.
deck there. It's one card.
Yeah. In current versions of the game, that would be known as your side deck, but the version we're playing in is just the fusion deck. There's no other kind of monsters that would go in it.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out Melina's deck now.
Oh, I got it.
Also, thank you for catching that, Melina.
Again, sorry for the audio. We can't stress enough.
Yeah. So yeah, Melina's is going to be partially different colors because this deck is a little larger, but that's only because of the type of deck it is. So that's your fusion deck there. You can see there's a bunch of different cards in there.
Fusion, cool.
So they're
You know, I'm gonna play this like, I don't want to say stereotypically like a girl, but I'm gonna play the pretty ones.
oh okay. They're,
That's cute.
okay, I don't think there's any pretty elemental heroes, but
I mean, it's
we'll
subjective.
see. Yeah.
Beauty is subjective.
I can't believe hers is bigger than mine.
My deck's bigger than yours.
My tiny deck.
I
I've
guess
been
I'll,
waiting to get my own deck for a while.
I'll cover the basics of deck structure then. So I mentioned the different types of cards that could be in them, but there are limitations on what you can put in your deck, and that is the number of cards. The minimum you're allowed for legal play is 40, The maximum is 60. I had to rearrange both of these decks to make both of them legally playable because both of them did not comply with the rules. Sean's had fake and questionable legality cards.
I'm illegal.
In the universe of Yu-Gi-Oh!
And Melina's was too large. I had too many cards.
My deck's too large.
You've got
guys.
too big a deck.
Oh my god, there's so many spell cards in this deck. I cannot get it shuffled.
insane.
Your deck's got
properly.
too many spells on it.
Yeah, I know, right?
There's one.
No, it's a problem like keep encountering in life. My deck's too
Yeah,
spelly.
when your deck's got too much spells. You're gonna be putting up with this the whole episode.
Yep. No, I'm not even saying Jesus Christ to you guys.
No, it's a shuffling.
It's the shuffling's the problem.
Yeah, like shuffling things in sleeves just seems like a
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay.
I swear to God, if this video does well, we have to do it again.
At least I wouldn't have to explain this stuff. I'm suddenly very nervous about how this episode is gonna go.
You're fine.
I've been very
fine.
excited until having to execute upon the idea. Sure,
Okay,
this
I mean,
is-
that happens all the time with stuff.
and then down there.
Down there.
So okay,
Cool.
we now have the basic setup of what a game looks like before we start. So now you're going to draw from your main deck to build your starting hand 5 cards.
5 cards. Okay.
Yes.
1.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
I can.
And so you
Ooh.
look at your hand and obviously keep it from being shown to your opponent.
Of course.
So
I have your favorite card.
my favorite card?
No, his favorite.
Oh, his favorite.
My favorite card.
Yeah.
I-
You don't even know yet what it is.
Oh.
What the fuck?
I'm playing the mental
Okay.
game.
So normally to decide who would go first, we'd flip a coin, but I always get this wrong the wrong way. Which one of you is actually technically the younger one?
Me.
It's Shaun. Okay.
I,
So
I'm younger than her by like 2 weeks.
that's fine. Okay,
I
you
remember
will
when I
you
was
will
your
go
age.
first. So typical rules of Yu-Gi-Oh is that whoever goes first, if they play a monster, that monster cannot attack. However, what I'm going to do is that for both of your turns, just for fairness, neither of you can attack, but also just lets us keep up and establish rules.
Okay.
So every turn is made up of a couple of different phases. Your first one is your draw phase. So you start by drawing another card.
Oh, okay.
Good now?
No, not you. This
Not
is not
me.
your turn. It is Sean's turn.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so Sean has drawn another card, and now I'm going to ask him to show me his hand.
Okay. Try my best here.
Oh, you're fucked.
Oh, fantastic. Let's fucking go.
So let me see. Sean has I don't think Sean has a single playable card.
Oh, goody. I've been kneecapped, like, immediately.
You're just so bad at this.
Okay, so
no, luck fucking hates me.
I guess this is sort of giving the game away to Melina. However, this isn't a real duel in a
Both of you
sense.
to
So
assume I know what's happening.
exactly.
Yeah.
So currently Sean does not have. Sean has 3 spell cards and 3 monster cards. However, the monster cards are not playable because all of them would require him sacrificing monsters he already has on the field, because every card has a certain number of stars
I always wonder what the
listed
stars
below
were.
its name. And so this is the monster's level. You can normal summon monster cards up to 4. Anything above that requires a sacrifice. If it is 5 to 6, you need 1 sacrifice. If it is 6 and above, or 7 and above, sorry, it's 2.
Fuck me.
Typically, any monster above 10 or 11 is a special summon and will require some other thing requirement. Sorry, my mind blanked. So Sean does have a card called Card of Destruction, or Card Destruction. Sorry, is that middle one?
Card
right?
destruction.
What the effect of this card is that if he plays that, it means both Sean and Melina would have to discard their entire hand and draw the same number of cards that they already had.
So it's a reset.
So it's a reset, which, given Sean's current hand, I'm going to advise him to do. So the way this works is the field in front of you has 2 different zones. It has your spell and trap card zones,
Okay.
which I'm illustrating for both
Yep.
Sean and Melina, where they are.
The bottom row?
The bottom row, which, again, I want to point out, the specific playmats I have,
Kind of shit.
kind of shit. They hide multiple zones.
Yeah.
So
I didn't
there
realize
are-
this one, like, right above the
Yeah.
logo on this
Yeah.
board was a whole thing. It
Yes.
just blended in.
So the spell and trap card zone is the bottom one for each respective player, and there are 5. And then above it is the monster zones, and there are also 5 of them. Just for clarity, there are 5 of each, because again, these play mats are shit.
Wow.
But if I use the speed duel mats, they are slightly different. They lack certain zones. So I couldn't use them. And I didn't want to confuse it by saying add in these zones in your head.
Yeah.
So you can just play it wherever. You just place it down and say, I play Card of Destruction.
Hold on, I gotta put my anime voice into this.
Don't put your anime voice on.
I play Card of Destruction.
So that triggers the effect, which is both you and Melina and that card both get put into your graveyard, which is your top zone here above your fusion deck.
Okay, top left.
Yeah. So, no.
Left, Melina.
Left. And then you draw the
5
same
cards.
number of cards. So yeah,
So
because you played that card, you draw 5, and you draw 5 because you had 5 cards. Excuse me, I still have a cold, so if I'm sniffling, it's because of that. And I tried not to do that directly into the microphone, but it was very loud. So now I'm gonna. Oh my fucking god. Okay, yeah, you have a couple of monsters you can play here.
Okay, yeah.
So you have one that is a normal monster, and you have one that is an effect monster. So if you want to check that effect monster, you can read what that effect does. So that's a normal card,
Okay.
and then that's your effect one. So there's always a description of it.
Do I want to just read it out?
You can read it out if you want, or you can have me read it out. It's up to you.
During your end phase, if you did not normal summon or set a monster that turn, you can remove from play this card. Oh, you just go.
Okay.
Just go.
During your end phase, if you did not normal summon or set a monster that turn, you can remove from play this card from your graveyard to special summon one Red Eyes monster from your graveyard except Red Eyes Black check. So what that means is, because this is a Red Eyes card, if you didn't summon a monster in the next turn, and you had, like, say, Red Eyes Black Dragon in your graveyard, you could
resurrect it
via that. So you can either play that, knowing its effect can come in handy later on.
Okay.
Although, granted, there is actually a Red Eyes Black Dragon in your graveyard, so you could play that knowing that you could play that later, use that
Okay.
effect, or you can play Overdrive.
Is that one simpler?
It has no effect, but also what you want to take into account is the attack and defense of the monster,
yes.
which are listed at the bottom of the
Stats.
card. Bottom right.
Okay, I see you.
I hope Melina is keeping up here a little bit.
I'm trying.
Yeah,
really,
I realize
really
I'm
hard.
talking mostly to Shaun, but I'm hoping
Yeah.
that
It is my
it's-
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can just play this right now if I wanted.
Yep, there is no there's no requirements to play it, so you just say I play Red Eyes Wyvern and place it down in one of your monster zones.
I place Red Eyes Wyvern.
Jesus Christ. And
I'm
attack
doing
up
this the
and
whole game.
face up attack
So
position.
cool.
I am so cool, thank you.
So Shaun has played Red Eyes Wyvern in face up attack position. It has the effect I read out earlier. Its attack points are 1800 and its defense points are 1600. So if Melina, say, were to play a monster in her next turn, obviously you can't attack because I'm voiding that rule. But if she had a monster and she attacked it, it would have to have more attack points than yours to destroy it. Otherwise, it would destroy her monster.
Yeah.
So you don't have any trap cards. You also don't have any other spell cards in your hand. So this means that you can't do anything else. So that's the end of your turn. So you just say, I end my turn.
I end my turn.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to point out graveyards are placed face up.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I didn't. I forgot. I should have mentioned that.
Yeah.
So it means that you can kind of always see
What's in your
what's in your graveyard.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Because you're gonna probably dig into your graveyard depending on what cards you got and what effects you have. So it's now Melina's turn, and it's your draw phase. So you draw one card from your deck. Okay, so Melina also has all monster. That's insane. This shuffle is so bad.
My last shuffle was good, but then he fucked up.
Yeah,
Hey,
I know.
I didn't fuck up. The universe said, fuck you.
Okay, so Melina has, I believe, a few monsters she can play. This is sort of the good thing about an elemental hero deck, is there's a lot of sort of low-level monsters. And all of them are effect monsters. So
Yeah.
what you want to do is check what your effect is. I believe Captain Gold can't be played without Skyscraper. I could be wrong.
Yeah. But
So you
Skyscraper's
need-
not on the floor.
Yeah, so you need a field card called Skyscraper, which you
It
don't have.
wasn't there.
Yes, means it's in your deck. It is in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
deck. I know it's in that deck, but you don't have it right now, so it
Okay,
means you
that's
can't
okay.
play Captain
Yeah,
Gold. But you have Wild Heart and you have Bubble Man that you could play. So it's up to you which effect you think is better to play this turn.
So I can either these 3 basically.
No. So this one would require a sacrifice because it has 5.
Okay. I feel like this dude is fun.
Okay, so you want to play Elemental Hero Wildheart, so you
Yeah.
just say, I summon Elemental Hero Wildheart and place it in one of your monster zones.
Should I say it cool?
It's
Yes.
up to you.
I summon Elemental Hero Wildheart.
My god. Okay, so Melina has played Elemental Hero Wildheart in face-up attack position. Its attack points are 1500 and its defense points are 1600, and its effect is...
Being a
This
cool
card is
guy.
unaffected by trap cards, which means if Shaun played a trap card
Doesn't touch me.
that
Doesn't
Immune.
if you played a trap card that targeted a specific monster card, you couldn't use that trap card on
Okay,
that.
I'd be fucked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously
On
you
that
didn't have
card.
trap cards, but on that card, yes.
But I'd be fucked on that card.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Melina, you do have a trap card in your
I
hand.
do.
And it is Magic Jammer. So discard one card from your hand, negate the activation of a spell trap. So you could play that face down, and that means if Shaun played a spell card, you could flip that, and it would negate by discarding one card
So
from
you
your hand.
recommend I do that?
Yes, place it.
Block my
Face down.
magic.
Nope, down in your trap. No, face down,
Face down, yeah.
and your spell and trap cards on. So you would normally say, I place a
I
card
place-
face down,
I place a card face down. I place a card face down.
and end my turn.
And I end my turn.
So then, Shaun, it
Did we?
becomes your turn, and you draw a card.
Draw a card.
Okay.
Oh, would you look at that?
Okay, so you could then start your turn by playing that face down.
Cool, I'm gonna do that right now.
And let me see. So you could play another monster. Obviously, you can't play either of these. You don't have
Nah,
enough to sacrifice. So you
I
could
only got
play-
one, basically.
Yeah, you can play Overdrive, and that means you have 2 monster cards out in the field.
I think I might want to do that. I play Overdrive.
Okay, so Shaun has
Yeah,
played the
that
monster
looks so
card
cool.
Overdrive, which is just a normal card, so it doesn't have an effect. He's played it in face-up attack position. Its attack is 1600 and defense is 1500. Now, Shaun, what you can do is you
Beat
can
that worm.
you can enter your battle phase, and you can use Red Eyes Wyvern to attack Elemental Hero Wildheart because it has less attack
I
points.
wouldn't
Yeah.
do that if I were you.
I mean, you're not me though, are you? I am me, and I kind of want to do that.
Okay, so you just say, I use Red Eyes Wyvern to attack Elemental Hero Wildheart.
I use Red Eyes Wyvern to attack. What was that?
Elemental Hero Wildheart.
What he said.
And so that destroys Elemental Hero Wildheart, and the difference is 1300 attack points. Is that
Yeah.
1800 on that one?
1600.
1600. No, 18. Yeah, 1800.
Okay, 18.
So what that means is, Melina, you tank the difference in in your life points. So
Okay.
both of you have 8,000 to begin with. In fact, I'm gonna knock it down to 4,000
Okay,
just
thank
for
you.
this.
Yeah.
Which means you take 300 damage to your life points.
20,
And that puts-
2700. No,
Yeah.
3700.
3,700, and so that puts the monster in the graveyard.
Okay.
And so you can now use Overdrive to attack Melina directly.
Hell yeah. Die.
It doesn't immediately kill her, but she tanks the entire 1,600 attack points.
Oh, okay. So
Maybe you should do 8,000. I don't know.
how long do you want this to go on?
Well, that knocks her down to
Less than half.
yeah, it knocks you down to
2100.
like yeah, yeah, just above half.
Or
Or it would be what 51, 6,100,
yeah, 60.
6,100. What do you guys want to do? Because this could be
I
a
don't
really
know.
short duel, or it could be a very good
I
learning
wanna
curve.
Go all in.
Okay,
Let's get as much content out
Okay,
of
we
this
will
as
go
can.
for 8,000.
So 6,100. for me.
Yes.
Okay.
So
That's,
you're
that's
now
like
down
your
to
base.
6,000.
That's like your base HB basically.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
The 4,000 thing is a home rule that we kind of set for ourselves because for some reason in the anime, in the original Yu-Gi-Oh, they would have 4,000,
Okay.
Mm.
and then it wasn't until GX that they started using the 8,000. But in every single rule book, it's 8,000.
Okay.
Speed duels use 4,000, but again, that's a whole different rule set.
Probably because the actual matches in real life were being too short to actually be
Yeah.
effective.
Yes.
Oh.
So. Okay, so that means Shaun, you have to end your turn because there's nothing else you can really do.
I end my turn.
Melina, it is now your turn. You
Grab a
draw.
card.
Okay. So you've just drawn Waboku. That's a trap card. You take no battle damage this
I
turn.
think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a normal trap card. I can't remember if you can just play these because, okay, so currently what Shaun and Melina have face down on their spell and trap card zones are both flip traps, which means as soon as someone activates a certain effect, in the case of Melina's, I believe it's a spell card, in the case of Shaun's, I believe it's an attack. It means that that card then gets flipped and you can use the effect. For Melina, it's discarding one card to negate that spell card's damage. I can't fucking remember what Shaun has.
It's attack negate.
Negate attack, so which means when Melina attacks, you can just negate that single attack, and that's.
I can tell your tactical fuck itself.
I attack. No, you don't.
I don't think you do, bitch.
So the way this would work, even though it's not a flips trap, I believe if you just place that face down when it came to Shaun's next attack phase, battle phase, you could just play that trap, and it means that his battle phase is negated.
Okay.
So he couldn't
I'd
attack
like to
you.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can place that face down.
Okay. And then I could have put a monster.
Yes. So you
Monster?
can either place. You're just gonna play Elemental Hero Wildheart again. Okay.
Yeah, I am.
It's familiar. It's easy.
It's
She knows.
comfortable. He doesn't look strange at me like some of the others in here.
So this is where we'll get into the deck structure bit part real quick. Shaun's is sort of a cross hybrid of a character themed deck where it is a cross of Yugi and Kaiba from the original Yu-Gi-Oh show. It means it is a combination of the magician cards and obviously the spell and trap cards go along with that from Yugi's deck and the dragon cards of Kaiba's deck. Actually, a bit of another character's deck I can't remember the name of because the Red Eyes Black Dragon stuff is a completely different deck. So it's like 3 different things.
All 3 of them did a fusion dance and made
Yeah. Melina's is a pure theme of elemental heroes. So in both decks, there are multiples of each monster card. For Shaun, there's typically 3 of like the Blue Eyes White Dragons. There's 3 Dark Magicians. For Melina, there's 2 of pretty much most of them, except a couple of them. Because you want to be able to play certain monsters and stuff, and you're allowed up to a maximum of 3 of each card in legal play.
Makes sense.
So yeah, that is deck structure.
Cool.
Melina, you can now move on to your battle phase if you want.
I don't think I should.
Look, here's the thing. In normal play, you're not going to know that he has negate attack face down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but even then, I feel like it's not a good idea.
Well, yeah, you gotta play.
We're not going to move anywhere. Because he's just going to use Red Eyes Wyvern to attack Elemental Hero Wildheart
he wouldn't
again.
do that again.
But if you use Elemental Hero Wildheart to attack Overdrive, you can destroy that monster. Which means you're going to negate some life point damage.
Okay, may I
But
say
also
it?
you have a trap card later to deny his attack. Remember.
So, I'll say it.
Yes.
Yes,
I
sir.
use Elemental Hero Wildheart to attack Overdrive. Overdrive!
Okay, so Elemental Hero Wildheart has 1500 attack. Oh, shit, never mind. I got this wrong. Don't attack.
Okay, I never attacked. I never did that.
Okay,
I
wait,
never
Shit,
did
but
that.
didn't you just like and then,
No,
like, Thanos does
I
the time
never-
stone
Yeah.
thing?
I never did that. Nothing happened.
What just happened?
Well, Michael, should I attack him?
No,
Probably
don't.
not.
No,
Okay.
because Elemental Hero Wildheart is currently overpowered by both cards that Shaun has out in the
You
field.
should have listened to your gut.
Yeah. You maybe should have played your other card in face down defense position, but you know.
You should have trusted her.
No, I shouldn't have.
Should have trusted her.
No.
Okay, so Melina, you can't really do anything else. You don't have any other spell or trap cards in your hand.
I know. Yeah, no, just monsters.
Okay, how are you down to 3 cards?
Because I played one down
I'm
and
down
one
to 3
up.
as well.
And you draw. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
you did draw. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so you end your turn because there's nothing else you can do.
I end my turn.
Jesus Christ. Alright, Jojo Siwa.
Hey!
Shaun, you now enter your draw phase and draw a card.
I draw a card. I don't have to announce that. I just wanted to.
No, okay. Oh, okay, so you drew... Okay, so you have multiple options here.
I
Your
feel
Blue
like I
Eye
do.
Shining Dragon, you're kind of fucked.
Okay, well I'll just put him back here.
Yeah, you're kind of not going to be able to play that anytime soon, or at all in the course of this duel, because it requires Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, which is a fusion. You're one fusion monster, which means you need 3 Blue Eyes dragons, and you need to use polymerization to summon them.
But he looks so cool.
And then you need to discard. Then you need to sacrifice Blue Eyes Ultimate White Dragon to play Blue Eyes Shining Dragon, which chances are you're not going to be able to do, because I'll be honest,
I'm not feeling it.
this deck. I shouldn't have crossed 3 different characters to make this.
Oh god, the fusion is too much.
I feel like it's not a great concentration of cards, because I don't think it has a lot of the dragon spell and monster cards that would allow you to bring out Blue Eyes White Dragons.
Well,
so
I got one right here.
Yeah, but you need 3 of them. One of them's in your graveyard, which is fine. If you drew another one, you drew polymerization, you would actually be able to play Blue Eyes Ultimate White Dragon. So you do have multiple options here. Specifically in that you have 3 different monsters that require 2 sacrifices to summon. So it's all of them are normal monsters. So it's up to you if you choose to do that, or if you
my 2 sacrifices in that case would be these 2.
It would be those 2 monsters.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
So you would put them in the graveyard, and then you'd be able to summon either Dark Magician, Blue Eyes White Dragon, or Red Eyes Black Dragon.
Let me read real quick.
All of them are normal monsters, so that none of them have effects. It's all purely.
It's a lot.
No, I'm
Reading
looking
card.
at I'm looking at
You're
attack
looking
and
at your
defense.
attack and defense points. That's exactly what you want to do when you're making these sort of decisions.
It's almost like a game.
Yeah.
It's almost as if you have to think about your game moments.
Yeah, exactly. I can't just follow you blindly.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to say is, like, I've explained enough of the rules that I think you kind of both should be able to start picking up.
So
The idea. No, okay.
okay, so I can play this.
You can play it, yep. You would
Okay.
just say, I sacrifice these 2 monsters to summon Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Okay. I sacrifice Overdrive and Red Eyes Wyvern to summon Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yep. So then you would
Damn,
move
he's strong.
Overdrive and Red Eyes Wyvern into your graveyard.
Yeah, they're right there.
Yep. So now you can go into your battle phase.
I enter battle phase.
No,
So-
you don't.
Yeah, I do.
So you flip
No.
your trap card.
That's it.
So Melina plays Waboku. The effect of this is that you just don't get a battle phase.
Oh no, it's the girl squad.
So the
Girl
effect
Squad says no, bitch.
the effect of Waboku is that you take no battle damage this turn. Your monsters cannot be destroyed as a result of battle this turn, which just, you can attack, it just won't do anything. So you
Okay.
just, yeah.
I could just like flail my arms wildly.
Yeah.
Well, what if I want to do that anyway? Attack!
So that puts Shaun in the position of just ending his turn. 'Cause there's nothing else you can do.
Yeah, I've been negated by the girl squad. Hold on, I want to see these.
Welcome to Duels, where sometimes nothing happens for a while.
I feel so devastated that like the girl sages have like ruined me.
Big dragon. Girls say no.
I'm sorry. Okay, I end my turn.
Okay, so Melina, you draw a new
Dynamic
card.
Oh, I mean, I end my turn.
Oh, for the love of God. Oh my God.
This is fun. I'm really enjoying. So even just this tutorial thing is really fun.
Okay,
I
so
grabbed
this
that.
one spell card is really bad luck of the draw. Because you need 4 other cards to be able to play that. So Melina has just drawn the card Hero Flash, which requires the cards H, E,
Hero what?
R, and O.
The hero's gonna what at me?
So I'll read the effect. Remove from play these cards in your graveyard to activate this card. H, Heated Heart, E, Emergency Call, R, Righteous Justice, and O, Oversoul. If she did have those in her graveyard, which she does not.
No.
She could special summon one monster from her deck that includes Elemental Hero in its card name. This turn, normal monsters on your side of the field that include Elemental Hero in their card's name can attack your opponent's life points directly, which means if she could play this card, because she did have those in her graveyard, she would be able to pull an Elemental Hero straight from her deck, which means she could play one of her more powerful ones, which I believe in this case would be Neos or Blade Edge, are the most powerful ones in her deck
Yeah.
currently.
You know.
She would then also be able to bypass your Blue Eyes White Dragon and attack you directly. However, obviously she can't because she doesn't have these cards. That's just a really poor draw right now.
So I can't do anything.
You can't. You do have a monster card in your hand that you can play.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Does it require?
It's
a
Elemental
sacrifice?
Hero Bubble Man.
Bubble Man.
Although, hold on.
Do
Actually,
you want to read him?
Does that require a sacrifice?
no. You could opt to sacrifice to summon Necroshade because he has 5, so it means he only needs
Yeah.
1 sacrifice. So it's up to you. You can either play 2 monsters and have 2 points of defense.
Yeah.
Bubble Man also has an effect, which I can't remember. If this card is the only card in your... Oh, never mind.
Oh, well then.
Oh, wait, no. When this card is summoned, you can draw 2 cards. If there are no other cards on your side of the field... Oh, never mind.
Oh.
Well...
I don't think I should play Bubble Man.
You do have the option of playing him in face down defense position, which means
I play
his
him face down.
Let him explain.
So that means that you obviously place him face down this way on its side. These don't have the guide marks for defense position for some reason.
Oh.
But it means that his defense points take effect, and it also means if this card is destroyed while face down in defense position, you don't tank the life points because it's defending. If it's attacked and its attack points are the ones that are being counted, you tank the difference in attack points. So it's different if it's so if it were face up defense position, I mean, to check the rules on this, I'm pretty sure you would just tank the difference. But face down, you're fine.
Can I just play this full defense?
Well, you won't.
That would be a really boring game.
Yeah.
I'm here to win. I'm not here for a fun game.
I can take my time.
There are some monsters that you would opt to play in defense position immediately. There's a card in there called Elemental Hero Clayman, who has only 800 attack points but has 2,000 defense points, so you play him pretty much always.
Yeah, that's basically begging for a defense.
Yeah. So, you can't do anything. You cannot attack. Do not attack Blue Eyes White Dragon because it will destroy your Wild Heart and then you will tank the difference in life point damage.
If you kill my second Wild Heart, I'm gonna fucking riot.
Oh, wouldn't that just be terrible?
Okay, so Melina, you just have to announce that you end your turn.
I already did it.
Yeah,
okay, never mind.
I'm
trying to do multiple things
No,
here.
I know.
No.
So, Shaun, you enter your draw phase and you draw a card.
Oh, you wouldn't believe who I just
Hero
fucking...
Flash.
No, Blue Eyes White Dragon again.
So, if Shaun draws a polymerization, Melina, you are beyond fucked.
How do I do that? How do I do that? How do
you
I
would
do
just
that?
have to believe in the luck of the draw.
Someone is checking.
Yeah,
the
you
luck
have
of the
no
draw.
luck.
Fuck!
Yes!
I don't believe Melina can do anything against you anytime soon. However, I also don't think you're gonna I think you're just gonna be chipping away at her as it currently
so this
stands.
is the most drawn out fight in history right now.
A little bit. It depends on what
Maybe
Melina
we
starts.
should go back to 4,000 hit points.
We'll see.
It depends on how you wanted to play this out, because if this duel ended quickly, I could duel someone and then,
Get fucked.
a little bit.
You just want to feel like the big
No.
master player
I'm just saying it would maybe illustrate the points a little bit. as well.
with your massive deck.
Showing off your massive dick.
Yeah.
I could pull out a deck I'm not familiar with to handicap myself,
You can't do that.
because I have the
Don't pull out none from me.
I have the Crystal Beast deck, which I did used to play, but not as much as Elemental Hero or this deck. So
So what do I do right now?
right now, I think the only thing you can do is just go into your battle phase and attack with Blue Eyes White Dragon, because you can't summon anything. You don't have the sacrifices, and you wouldn't sacrifice Blue Eyes White Dragon to summon anything in your hand.
No, I don't have that possibility. So just attack.
Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense to summon Dark Magician. It wouldn't make sense to summon Red Eyes Black Dragon, and it also wouldn't make sense to then summon another Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah.
So
what would be the point?
yeah, this is sort of the thing that comes down to when you're building a deck, you have to think things through as in terms of how are you going to feasibly be able to play all of these things. And I did, when I was rebalancing these to make them legally playable, I did try and take all of this into consideration, but the luck of the shuffle and the draw, if you're getting all your high powered monsters, you're kind of a little bit screwed.
Yeah.
But you are still in the advantageous position where you have a powerful monster out in the field, which means you can attack Elemental Hero Wildheart.
No.
Yes.
So, are you going to go into your battle phase and attack?
Fuck yeah, I am.
Okay.
I enter my battle phase and attack.
So, Shaun uses Blue Eyes White Dragon to attack
Fuck you,
Elemental Hero Wildheart. Blue Eyes White Dragon, I don't need to check the card, has 3,000 attack points, which means you tank 1,500 points to your life points.
Your hit
If
point.
you give me 20 minutes, I'll give you the figure amount now.
That is 4,900.
I'm at 40.
No, sorry, 4,600.
I'm at 4,600, bitch.
That's not a good thing.
I would have been at 600.
Yeah, you would have been. You would have been.
Can we go back
so-
down to that now?
Yeah, you've went from 6100 to 4600. So
We're not doing great over
Yeah.
here.
Brother.
obviously you know what Melina has in face down defense position.
Do you remember?
No.
Well, okay.
I know it was a good
I
defense
know what
card.
Melina has down in face down defense position. In normal play, I guess it would still have been advantageous to hit Wild Heart, given both its effect and its low attack points compared to your Blue Eyes White Dragon. But given that she has a face down defense position monster, sometimes you might want to go for that first just to eliminate it, because it is then a barrier.
Yeah.
To you.
It feels just like a thorn in my side I want to get rid
Yeah,
of.
exactly. So like, because that's still in the field, it means your next attack won't damage her life points, even though there is a difference of 1,000 life points.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, like 1,800. Sorry, I
Yeah,
think it's
high
1,200
up,
defense
high up.
points. Yeah. So you would typically want to do that first, because then it still means that even though this card is there, there's not much she can do. She can't attack without
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But you never know what's down here, because it could have a flip effect, but it doesn't. But obviously that's the sort of thing you're wanting to think about strategically as you're playing these games. So that is the end of Shaun's turn, because you can't do anything else.
I end my turn.
Melina, you draw another
I
card.
start my turn. Oh.
Oh,
He's
okay.
a pretty one.
You can't play him, unfortunately. You're
But pretty.
because he has how many stars? Is it 7? 7.
Oh.
Which requires 2 sacrifices. So the
Welcome to
only
my
thing
world.
you could do is
One of these two.
I'm pretty sure you can't play him.
Oh.
Oh, wait, never mind. Hold on. I forgot this card's effect. So you can't play him because he doesn't have you don't have the card Skyscraper.
Yeah, that's true.
However, the other part of his effect that I forgot is that you can discard him to pull Skyscraper out of your deck into your hand, which is advantageous because Skyscraper is the field spell for elemental heroes, which adds attack points to them when they attack.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
So you could feasibly, what you could do is sacrifice Captain Gold into your graveyard to draw Skyscraper, and you could sacrifice your face down defense position monster to play Necroshade, who has a higher attack
Yeah.
point value.
I'll do that.
Okay, so Melina's going to discard Captain Gold, which means she now needs to go through her deck and find Skyscraper.
Not Captain Gold.
Is there only one? Because I
I
know there's one in the trash.
Oh.
The graveyard.
I think there may be only one
Yeah.
Skyscraper in your deck, which means you can't actually do that then. I don't think you could. Can you pull it from the graveyard? No, it's just from your deck. So,
Thanos Time Stone time?
yep. Just put that back in your hand.
I never did that.
Shit, you got Skyscraper on your. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he made me throw it out.
I'll be honest. This was a great first draw. I think you may be a little
To
fucked.
which
I
I
know.
said, fuck you.
Fuck your first draw.
I genuinely don't think Melina gets to demonstrate the elemental hero deck at all, because
drew.
I don't know. I don't know if there's another polymerization in this deck, which means she could be a little fucked.
You drew a fantastic first draw, and I said absolutely not. Go fuck yourself.
I was like, wow, I've got a really nice mix of all types of cards.
The fuck you
I
do.
think this is gonna go really well for me. And then you were like, well, I'm fucked, so I'm gonna fuck you over.
yeah, I am not fucked. You're fucked now.
Yeah.
I should have just made Shaun Reed draw his hand, just shuffle again and
Well,
redraw.
guess what? That didn't happen.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's only one
So
polarization
can
in that deck.
can I play Mr. Necroshade or no?
Yes, so you can
Mr.
sacrifice your
Necroshade.
face down card. I feel like I'm explaining stuff to you, but you're not reading the effects on the
I'm
cards.
trying, but
okay.
my reading comprehension is not where it should be.
Oh my god. Okay, this is why I have such good reading comprehension. I've just realized. No, literally, this game is probably why.
Forces you
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
While this card is in your graveyard, you can normal summon one monster from your hand that includes elemental hero in its card name without tributing. You can also use this effect once while this card is in your graveyard. Okay. Right, that's fine. So that just means once it gets destroyed, you actually have a way to play Blade Edge in your hand. So you can sacrifice your face down defense position monster to summon Necroshade.
I think I will.
Okay, so Melina sacrifices Elemental Hero Bubble Man from his face down defense position and plays Elemental Hero Necroshade.
Let me say.
Okay.
I sacrifice Elemental Hero Bubble Man in exchange for Elemental Hero Necroshade.
Mr.
In order to summon.
In order to summon Mr. Necroshade.
Elemental Hero Necroshade.
Elemental Hero Necroshade.
Let her say
You're gonna
Mr.
do
Necroshade.
it. Do it right.
I love Mr. Necroshade though. That's just so nice.
Sure.
Okay,
For
so
you.
he is an effect monster. His effect doesn't take place until he enters the graveyard, so you don't need to worry about that right now.
He's
Sean.
dead weight.
A little bit. Melina may be a little fucked. I genuinely don't think there's a spell or trap card that allows her to get cards out of the graveyard.
Any game that forces me to like think
Yeah.
and do and look and hear.
You know what?
It's just...
You know what's even the best part of this? If she tries to attack me, I can still tell her to go fuck herself.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Okay,
playing
so
just the girl here.
Melina, you just end your turn.
I end my turn.
Okay, Shaun.
Okay,
You draw.
I start my turn.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you would just play that face down, because basically what it does, if I just read it real quick. So Shaun has Magical Cylinder, and he's going to place it face down as a trap card. So the effect is negate the attack of one of your opponent's monsters and inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's attack. So basically,
Oh, so it's an Uno reverse card.
pretty much, if someone was going to attack you directly, that would be a perfect opportunity to just, fire it back.
So how about fucking no?
So just play. Play a. You play a fart. Oh my god, why am I struggling to talk? Shaun plays a card face down. You still can't summon any other cards in your hand.
So nothing happens.
You can attack Necroshade.
Don't you fucking.
Was that a good idea?
She doesn't have anything to counter it.
Then
so.
yeah, sure. I attack Mr. Necroshade.
Okay, Shaun uses Blue Eyes White Dragon to attack Elemental Hero Necroshade, which destroys that card.
I just keep playing
So
cards
Melina-
and get eaten away.
Melina tanks 1,400 points to her life points.
So I was at 46.
You're
I
at
really am
46, you're now at
32.
32.
I really am just chipping away at you, aren't I?
And it's not like I'm not trying.
You're trying so hard.
So,
You're pulling out monsters left and right.
Shaun, you just end your turn.
I end my turn,
Okay, Melina.
bitch.
You begin
I
your turn.
start my turn.
Okay, so what did you draw?
This boy. He
Okay.
looks fun.
He is an effect.
Is it
He's
prey?
he's a Gemini.
This
you know what
card
they
is
say
treated
about
as a
Gemini.
normal monster will face
No,
up
I
on the
don't.
card or in the
I don't
graveyard.
know
When this
either.
card is face up on the field, you can normal summon it.
Are you
Review treated as
compatible
an
with
effect
Geminis?
monster with this effect.
I don't know either.
This card is
I'm a
treated as
Pisces.
element hero needs.
So am I.
Okay. Okay. Interesting effect. I'm not sure what purpose it would serve. I guess a fusion, but I don't think I've got any. Anyway, it's an effect you don't need to worry about. I don't think I have any that would take advantage of it being
But
called
I
element
think
hero
it
needs.
would be a good idea to play it.
Yes, so here's what I'll run you through. You can play Elemental Hero Neosalius.
Yeah.
Obviously, you want to do that.
I play Elemental Hero Neon Alias.
Neosalius.
There's a man in my head that tells me what to do.
So what you can also do is use Elemental Hero Necroshade's ability, which is, while this card is in your graveyard, you can normal summon the... Oh wait, normal summon, hold on. Actually, no, yeah, that's fine. Without tributing. So what you can do is you can use that card's effect to summon Elemental Hero Blade Edge.
Okay.
Yes. So Melina uses the effect of Elemental Hero Necroshade to...
I use the effect of Elemental Hero Necroshade to summon Elemental Hero
Blade Edge.
Edge.
Give her time.
Okay, so but Blade Edge also has an effect. I don't
It does.
remember.
Jesus Christ, Blade Edge is so shiny.
Yeah, this is one of my shiny original Elemental Hero cards.
That's so cool.
During battle
wish
between
you
this
had
card
Blade
and a
Edge.
defense position
I
monster
have this.
whose defense
That's
is
not-
lower. Okay, yeah. So I was correct in the face down defense or defense position monsters. You don't take the difference in points as damage to your life points. It's only if that card has an effect or if you had played a spell, because the effect of Blade Edge is that if he were to attack, say Shaun, you had a face down or you had a defense position monster face up or face down, the difference would affect your life points.
Yeah.
If you play a defense position monster, it's in defense, so you're not going to take that directly to your life points when that card is destroyed.
You're getting
Some
there.
of this shit's hard to explain.
Imagine us.
Yeah.
So Yeah. Oh, Melina, I'm so sorry.
I'm fucked, darn.
Yeah. Unless you were to draw something that bumped up Elemental Hero Blade Edge's attack points, you can't attack Blue Eyes
I
White
choose
Dragon.
not to attack.
You
so
can't attack.
You
Purely
just
out of
end your
strategy.
turn.
I end my turn.
So
Really out of
Shaun,
strategy. I draw my card. I got a bomb.
oh my god. Okay, so what's the effect of Cemetery Bomb again? Inflict 100 points of damage to your opponent's life points for each card in their graveyard.
Oh!
Hold on.
Well, that sounds like a great card.
Wait a second, because depending on how many cards she has, she may be a little fucked.
Is she dead yet?
Have I killed her?
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's a
5,
horrible
6,
thing to say
7,
out of
8,
context.
9, 10. You would take 1,000. You would be down at 2,200.
Are you ready, Melina?
I thought it was at 42 then. Was it? No.
No, you were at 46, and then
Yeah.
you went down to 32.
He can do
You gotta remember, I'm used to keeping track of life points.
So I can just play this.
You can play it.
I would play it.
Do I have to play it that face down?
You can just play it.
Like here.
Yeah, I just say I play the trap card Cemetery Bomb.
I play the trap card Cemetery Bomb, which fucks you up.
So that means that Melina takes 1,000 life points damage. So
May I just
you're
say
down
it was rigged
2,200.
from the start.
So
No.
you now move that to your graveyard.
Oh, I can move that.
Yeah. So once a trap card or spell card is played, unless it's like a continual effect,
Yeah,
you
that
just
makes
pop it
sense.
into the graveyard. So yeah, the only other thing Shaun can do is attack one of Melina's monsters.
Could you just like not do that? Maybe?
I don't know. I kind of wanna.
I would ask you kindly.
So
Who should I
the cards that she currently has are Neos Alias, who has 1,900 attack points, and Blade Edge, who has 2,600. So if you were to attack Blade Edge, she would take 400 life points worth of damage. If
I don't
you
wanna do
were to
that.
attack Neos Alias, she would take 1,100.
I wanna do that
halving her life points.
How many life points are you at?
I'm still full.
That's 8,000.
Okay, so I use Blue Eyes White Dragon to attack.
Elemental Hero Neos Alias.
What he said.
So
Get halved.
Neos Alias goes to the graveyard, and Melina takes 1,100 points of damage.
God, the description of
Bringing
Blue Eyes White
her-
Dragon is great. Very few have faced this awesome creature and lived to tell the tale.
So few times does it actually live up to its description.
Can you please end your turn?
So Melina, your life points are now half, and you have 1,100 life
Shall I end
points.
my turn?
You can't do
good
anything
sir?
else, so you have to end your turn.
There's a man in my head telling me to end my turn.
So Melina, draw cards.
I begin my turn. Don't look at my card.
Okay, I won't.
You guys know what each other are playing.
No, I don't. This
I
is,
have no
this,
idea.
this is a legitimate game.
No
I don't
idea.
know.
What is this?
Jesus Christ, okay. This card gains 200 attack for each face-up elemental hero monster you control. So that would add 400 attack points to it, making it 2,000. So you're still fucked either way.
But
You
I
can
d-
summon it because it's 4 stars.
I
so
do feel like it is my best
yes.
chance.
So you summon it.
I summon elemental hero Heat.
Not
Yeah.
for long, you do.
So because there are 2 elemental hero monsters on her field, it gains 400 attack points, making it 2,000 rather than 1,600. I am sure someone, if they are listening to this and is very familiar with the game, may contest me, including Heat itself as part of that elemental hero count.
Oh, is that a controversial card?
I don't know. That's the thing, is like, because I haven't played the game in a long time,
Things may have changed.
things may have changed, and I don't know if Heat would count itself as an elemental hero card,
but
it doesn't say like other elemental
Yeah, it
heroes.
just says-
it just says elemental heroes.
So does that include itself, or does it include whatever else is
Yeah.
on the board at the time you're? That makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm gonna count it because it doesn't make a fucking difference. As 2, so it gains 400. So it's
Hell yeah,
at
it
2,000
does.
attack points.
Hell yeah.
Which
it does.
means
Can I
I'm
kill him?
being
Can I kill
kind.
him?
No,
Can I kill him?
no, I'm
No.
being kind because it just means Melina gets one more turn. Basically, with 100 life points if you attack it.
All right.
Or maybe I'm being mean because that just drags it out a little further.
Let's just.
How do you want me to play it, Melina?
How much time do I have?
I can't quite read it from here.
That says 59 minutes.
59 minutes. And I think
Give
we were
me
recording
one
for
more.
about 15 before that, so...
One more turn.
Give me one turn, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me the extra turn.
Okay, so that means you just end your turn because you have nothing else you can do.
my turn.
And if he somehow makes the comeback of the fucking century with this, I can say it doesn't count. You shouldn't. It shouldn't because you shouldn't have counted that. So I should have killed her immediately.
Okay,
Anyway,
so draw.
I hold on. You didn't end her turn.
I
She
did.
did.
I said.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You were listening.
I want to draw.
Women
it.
need to be listened to.
Insane. What did you draw?
I draw eject chair.
Compulsory ejection device, which means if you
What is
played it, you could return one monster card on the field to its owner's hand, which means you could return Blade Edge to her hand.
disable her.
Yeah, you can just return Blade. If you want to play it, it means you can return Blade Edge to her hand, because obviously that's the most advantageous move, because it has the most attack points.
You wanna know what I'm
But
gonna
then
do?
he's gonna kill me.
I mean, he's going to kill you either way.
Yeah, you're.
But he said he would give me one more turn.
It's still one
No,
more
no,
turn.
no,
Melina.
no.
Oh, okay, if that's true.
Yeah.
Do whatever.
Okay.
Like,
so,
he's going to attack Elemental Hero Heat
Yeah.
no matter what, which means you're going to tank 1,000 points of damage.
Yeah.
But it just means he's going to have a clear line of you next turn.
No.
I play compulsory evacuation device.
Ejection device.
I know what it. No, it says evacuation.
Oh, does it say evacuation?
Yeah.
I thought it said ejection.
I said eject seat because I want it to be funny.
Actually, it says ejaculation.
Jesus Christ.
I ejaculate from my dick.
Okay, so you get to pick which card.
Yeah, which card?
That way.
Blade Edge. Okay, so...
So I take it back in my
Yeah.
hand?
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
obviously you move the trap card to the graveyard.
And then I get to attack.
And then you can attack, yes. So,
Okay. I use Blue Eyes White Dragon to attack.
Elemental Hero Heat.
To attack heat.
So you tank a... In fact, no. You're dead.
Well, I thought
Because
we
by
won something.
removing Blade Edge, he loses 200 attack points.
It was-
Which means you tank 1,200 to your life points, and you're dead. The duel's over.
Didn't even do anything.
I didn't get the chance to do anything. I don't think this game's meant for women.
This deck is usually very good. You
Well, yeah,
just
you're
had
giving
shut.
a deck to a woman and expect her to work it.
You just had shit
Don't bring
luck.
gender into this. You just suck.
Because you had a face down trap card this entire time, but Shaun hasn't drawn a single spell card to use it against.
Yeah. I feel like you're introducing me to something, and you suck.
It's really just like bad luck.
A bad luck.
Yeah.
I get that.
So
But he's mean.
Yeah.
He's very mean.
I'm not mean.
You're
I'm
very
just playing
mean.
the game.
I'm actually surprised I didn't have to refer to the rulebook throughout this entire thing.
No. You seem so knowledgeable, and I feel so stupid doing it.
No, don't feel stupid.
It sucks though, because like the way the duels panned out is like I didn't get to really show off any of the other elements that you guys both have in your deck, which is spell cards and fusion monsters.
We can do another episode like
Yeah.
We can do, at some point.
This is just an introductory.
Yeah.
Really funny duel.
Watch me make two idiots battle at Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, that's what that.
That's a
Welcome to
title.
the episode. If that's what the title
Yeah.
is, then you know
Yeah.
what that Michael couldn't come up with anything
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. This is crazy. You got polymerization in your first hand, but you had to discard it, which pretty much just disabled the deck.
Yeah.
So basically, what happened is Melina got something really good, and then I cut her hand off.
Cause
wow, I'm gonna win.
to just explain like how this could have gone. Like you had polymerization and you had skyscraper, you had Burstinatrix, and you had Elemental Hero Wildheart. Which means, hold on, if I remember correctly,
I had everything a woman could
someone's
want.
gonna have to hold my microphone real quick. So, if I just check the fusion deck real quick, actually, maybe you didn't have. Oh wait, no, yeah. If you still had polymerization when you drew Wildheart,
I had to draw them twice in one hand, by the way.
if you had multiple options. So
But I just didn't get to them.
you had two Wild Hearts, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could have summoned either Elemental Hero Wild Edge because you had Blade Edge, which would have been 2,600 attack points.
Yeah.
And then you could have also summoned Necroid Shaman because you had Necro Shade. And basically because you also had Skyscraper, that would have gained either of those cards 1,000 attack points anytime it attacked. So if you summon Blade Edge, not Blade Edge, sorry, Wild Edge, it has 2,600 attack points, which means you could have destroyed.
But I would have
Blue
had to
Eyes
pull
White
it from
Dragon.
the deck.
No, because this is your
Oh.
fusion deck. So because you had polymerization and because you had those monsters, you could have played polymerization
Yeah,
and fusion summoned Wild Edge.
but I would have had to have the cards that I lost, right? Or like
Yeah, you would have had to have had polymerization in your hand from that first draw, but you would have ended up drawing Wild Heart anyway, and then it wouldn't have been
My
long
boy.
before you drew Blade Edge.
But sometimes it's not in the cards.
Yeah.
Not on the cards.
It just wasn't in the cards for me.
I mean, it was, and then I
crazy.
said, no, the fuck it isn't.
That's crazy.
I had a win in my hand.
Like this could have actually gone so much in the other direction.
Yeah, I know.
Because Shaun's draws have been terrible.
Yeah.
He hasn't been able to summon anything else because he hasn't had any other lower level monsters, which means if you did have that polymerization and you did fusion summon Wild Edge, you would have just steamrolled him.
Yeah.
I actually don't think Shaun would have had a chance to bring out Blue Eyes White Dragon.
My boy.
So yeah, you got royally
Fucked up.
just like terrible luck.
Well, you are the game master. You could have said, "Wow, that's mean. Let's start over."
Well,
Like I didn't think it would fuck you over that badly because I hadn't even checked your hand
No,
yet.
that's true. Yeah.
So I had no idea what was originally in your hand.
Oh, it's such a nice booby lady in my first hand as
Oh yeah, you had
well.
Burstinatrix.
Burstinatrix.
May I? See?
Let me show you the burst.
That is
See?
a booby.
The
lady,
crazy thing
alright.
is, she's actually there's only one version of her in this deck right now. So you drew her immediately,
Ah!
and she's got one of the best fusions because like he's right there.
Oh,
Elemental Hero Flame Wingman.
you sound so cool as well.
Yeah. So if you had drawn Avian, which I think's probably coming up pretty soon, I don't think you had one at that point. Yeah, you would be able to summon him.
She is pretty cute, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know. Like the booby lady's kind of cute.
So yeah, unfortunately, you just got a lot fucked over
Yeah.
by the luck.
I win!
So yeah, Shaun wins
The men winning and
without losing
You know what?
any life points. That's crazy.
I'm gonna transition just to make sure you can't make these jokes anymore.
then I just have we'll pit it against.
Yeah, exactly. We can team up.
Yeah, if Shaun had like drawn. No, in fact, if you had drawn like a polymerization, you could have just absolutely fucked her up even more.
Imagine that.
That was my kindness.
Imagine
that was my
that.
kindness.
I mean, no, it wasn't. It wasn't your kindness because it's very far
would've done
down
it.
in this deck.
No, I wouldn't have done it. No,
In fact, wait, where is polymerization?
I saw an opportunity to just fucking steamroll you as this went on. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that because that is hilarious.
Wait a second, did I remove the polymerization from this deck? Where is
All for the great content.
Oh, for the content.
For the
boy.
content, yeah. It's not personal.
Oh,
I think
oh
it
no,
is a
wait.
It's not.
Oh no, you couldn't have brought out
Oh,
Blue Eyes Ultimate White Dragon because you also drew polymerization in your first hand.
no, did I?
Yeah.
I don't think I.
Yeah, because that's part of your, like, you couldn't play anything else because you drew, like, those
Oh, okay, yeah.
cards, remember? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow,
Wow,
I've
that's-
gotten so many monster cards. I forgot I actually got a spell card at one point.
Yeah. It was like the
That I
only
didn't
spell
just
card
immediately
you drew.
play.
You
Yeah.
drew, like, 3 spell cards the entire game. Oh, sorry.
Wow.
So, yeah, there we have it. That's, this,
Can we call this episode 0 because this was barely
yeah,
a duel?
yeah.
Welcome to episode 0.
Welcome to episode 0 of whatever the fuck this is. I teach 2 dumbasses how to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Maybe I'll use some of the structured decks next time, just to
Yeah.
have things be a bit more balanced.
I feel like we gotta do another one where we do
Yeah.
an actual duel, but like right now, nah.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, actually seeing these in play, like, I think there's only some small tweaks I need to make here and there. I do have more polymerizations now, and because you can have 3 of each card in your deck, I can probably add more polymerizations to each deck, therefore giving you guys more chances of,
Okay.
doing the things the decks do.
We'll call this like a beta test.
Yeah.
This was me having to run off of, like,
Purely knowledge.
purely knowledge that I haven't used in like 10 years. It was like an experiment that I just chucked out to do. It was kind of fun. I actually managed to narrate the duels
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
I
that-
think.
you did a really good job.
Yeah.
We just had to ask for a lot of help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explaining the instructions probably took some things away, but like you guys had to learn. So.
Yeah,
we don't know.
exactly. I would have rather that than being blind.
Yeah. I wouldn't introduce any of the new mechanics anytime
Thank
soon
you.
because
Yeah,
I'd also need to
please.
learn them too, which I guess would be an interesting learning curve because it would handicap me if I ever played against
Hey,
either of
we're
you.
about to go on a little break. You've got time.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I don't have many of the newer monsters, which is weird. A lot of the stuff I've bought just doesn't include Link, Synchro, or XYZ, which is weird because all of the decks have been recalibrated. Pendulum too. I think I've got one Pendulum card. But yeah, I've been rambling to try and fill up and explain stuff for this last 15 minutes because I need to cut out the 15 at the beginning when we were setting up.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I hope this has been entertaining. We may do this again in the future.
Yeah.
This is kind of a bit of a fuck ass setup.
Watch
though.
this somehow blow up.
Oh,
That
God,
would be
no.
crazy, but I
Yeah.
doubt it. So yeah, I mean, if you guys are interested in hearing us do this again, and I maybe can narrate when I'm not ill,
That'd be great.
that would be
When
great.
you're not like sniffing.
I'm sweating buckets right now.
Yeah, and like the vomit on the floor is not helping the vibe.
Yeah, you know the blood coming from like your arms.
I've been sat with my head like hung down this entire time, looking at stuff, but it's not doing great for
We're
how
gonna have to
much
take a break
I'm
between this and the next episode just to get
Oh
like,
yeah.
stretch that out.
So yeah, thank you for listening to this. I hope it's been enjoyable. I hope it's been coherent and understandable.
I had fun. I felt like an anime villain.
Yeah, I
I
did this
just
without
felt like-
drinking anything.
I felt like I was just beaten to the ground.
Yeah, you really just did
know-
not luck out.
You know what I feel like? I feel like that part in like a JRPG where I'm like the first boss you can't beat.
Yeah,
Like I am a story required loss.
yeah, like that's crazy because that should have been like me. Like if one of you dueled me, that should have been how
Yeah.
that went.
No.
But not both of you playing each other, and Melina just didn't get to do anything.
Yeah.
I played Wild Heart twice.
Fucking fool.
Anyway, we'll see you guys next
Yeah.
week. Bye-bye.
Bye.